Hi everybody! You've probably seen me before on the Dalton Community TV station. Today I'm into a whole other thing. You've heard of a bagman in crime, yes? You know, he goes, picks up the valuable stuff, and then there's a bag lady who carries her home goods around in tote bags. And then there's me, the crazy, at his 82nd birthday, the garden bag man. So here's the thing about grow bags. They come in different sizes, from 3 gallon to 5 to 10, 15, 20, 50, 100. I only go up to 20s. I am an overplanter, so I'm constantly experimenting. For example, in this 15-gallon bag right here, I've planted 2 broccoli plants. Now look at these beauties. In fact, this one is ready to cut. Look at this beauty, right? And I've got 2 of them growing in the same pot. It's supposed to be 1 plant in a 15-gallon pot. But me, overplanting as usual, but I think we'll make out okay. Okay, so here's another example, I should say, of Sam's overplanting in grow bags. These are potatoes. I've got 4 of them here in 15-gallon bags. These are red Norlands here, and these are German butterballs here. And theoretically, I should put only like 3 pieces of seed potato in each bag, but I put 4 or 5, and I think they're doing beautifully. We'll see when it comes time to harvest these babies just how much of an error I may have made. But watering and feeding, that's all you do. So you may have noticed that I've put my herb garden plants in very small bags here. In front of the potatoes, I've got parsley and thyme and chives and oregano and rosemary. And the purpose here is they produce significant kind of odor and aroma that certain bugs that bother potatoes don't like. And so that's another experiment. I still have to come out here in the morning and pinch off flea beetles, but they're looking great. So 6 different varieties, some of which you know. There's a sun cherry, an orange cherry tomato, a red cherry tomato, a bush beefsteak, a 4th of July, and an early girl over there. And you can see that this is kind of a homemade trellising, most of which, or a lot of which, I took from garden prunings this spring. So another experiment this year is, you see these low bags that I've got, they're actually 15-gallon bags. And I've got some very young strawberry plants this spring, and with the intention of growing the plants for next season. And what I've done here is I've mulched them with wood shavings, because nobody around here has got straw anymore. But the plants are looking good, and I think they're going to be healthy for next year. Okay, yet another experiment. See this contraption here? These, by the way, are muskmelons growing in here, which I've got great hopes for. More melons over on the other side. But what I've done is taken 2 tomato tents and turned one upside down and tied them together. And then as you can see, I'm tied up some string around here to make sort of a trellis. And as the melons climb, you can see that they're grabbing on with their tentacles, as it were. This one is going to go over in a minute, so to speak, a minute. Okay, I've got another bit of overplanting here, but nothing looks bad. These are 2 cabbage plants. Probably this size pot, which was a 15-gallon, should have only had 1 plant, but I see the leaves are green and the heads are starting to form, and we'll come back and we'll watch these babies as they develop. Okay, here's another first for me, which is I've never grown sweet peppers in a grow bag, and I of course overplanted and have 3 plants in this 20-gallon bag, but I suspect they'll do well. They're starting to flower. Got a couple little peppers. Perfect. Here's a real new thing for me. In these 2 bags are sweet potatoes. You've noticed, by the way, that I put these wood shavings down because these sweet potato vines are gonna really grow. And I've again put in more slips than I should have in each of these bags. This is a 10 and that's a 20. No, this is a 15, that's a 20. And with any luck, this arrangement here may be among my proudest achievements. I've put watermelon plants in 3 consecutive bags. This is a 15 and those 2 are 10-gallon bags. 1 yellow, they're small ones, 1 yellow and 2 reds. And I put this piece of fencing behind it and twirled it around these bamboo posts, and it'll be perfect because the melons probably don't weigh more than about 6 or 7 pounds. And I look forward to giving you progress updates on this puppy here. Okay, so now I'm a really happy man because I'm in my flower garden. And we've got all kinds of plants. In front of me are gladiolus of many different sizes and colors and flower shapes. I'm very excited about those. To my left, I've got dahlias, which are coming nicely. Zinnias, more dahlias, plenty of dahlias. It's going to be unbelievably beautiful. Sunflowers in the back. I'm going to be a happy man, and so will you as we watch progress of these plants during the season. So, one steady chore for anybody with a grow bag garden like me, mad that I am. There are, by the way, are 73 grow bags here. So watering and feeding are essential because the grow bags have such wonderful drainage and so therefore prevent things like root rot. They also let the water leach out, and with the water, the nutrients that you've provided leach out as well. And so your continuous work here, and it's not much, but is to feed and water. I feed once a week. I water almost every day. There have been a couple of days recently when it was in the 90s that I watered twice during the day. Here are some of the things that I use for plants. This is a general, these are from Espoma, and this is a general fertilizer, all organic, called Plant Tone. This is potash or potassium, which is what plants in flower thrive on. It's the flowering and the fruiting that require potassium. Here is a mix with a focus on an even mix of 5-10-5 of nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. And then this, because some of my plants require a lower pH, I have used this with success. So there are many other sources of fertilizer. By the way, these bags have a lot of compost in them. You can get compost. You can get beautifully fertile planting mixes at any garden nursery, and you just gotta keep those plants happy. So thanks for joining me in the Grow Bag Garden with the Bagman Gardener, and come back and we'll show you what's cooking throughout the season. Thanks for joining us again.